Hi everybody, welcome back for another video. Today we are in the garage. I've got the TCP and I'm looking for a target, and I've got an 8 gram CO2 in there, so I'm looking for something that I can just plink with basically. And I've got some flooring material over here that's looking very interesting. This is ceramic tile flooring material, so I think I'm going to find me a good piece and we're going to go down and we're going to shoot some Joules at it, and we're going to see what happens with some Joules versus the ceramic tile. So stay tuned. Those were Grimburg JULs fired from Pepperball TCP with an 8 gram CO2. This is pretty hard stuff. It's flooring material, very thick, but it's got some voids in it. So I imagine if you hit the right spot, you can get it to break pretty easily, but it's extremely hard. See, so it takes a pretty good hit in order to break it. But TCP did a good job, but I think you'll notice Joules everywhere. Pieces of Joules everywhere. So those Joules exploded as well. But it was a fun test. All right, let's come back here. I wanted to make a couple points after looking at the video and also looking at the damage. We had a collision there. We had the Joule and these ceramic tiles, and I showed you the ceramic tiles earlier. They sort of have pitted little holes, and they're not completely solid. So of course these are going to break, and that's why I use the 8 gram CO2 and the TCP. I knew that we could break this. I thought it would make a nice video just to see the impact on the slow-mo. But I think this is pretty solid material. It's pretty hard. But I would say it's a draw between the Joule and the ceramic tile, because there basically was a collision, and you saw that the Joule bounced off in multiple pieces and the ceramic tile was all broken. And I'm sure a lot of you have broken Joules before. And I don't know if you've really looked at them closely, up really close, and that's what I'm going to try to share with you. I don't know how well that looks on the camera, because even with my reading glasses, I can't see the fine detail, but we'll see what it looks like. One thing I noticed here, and I think it might be obvious to you, is there are pits and little gaps and holes inside of my Joule. I hope that is clear. So these are not, these in particular, and I can't comment on all Joules, but these were not solid. They had little holes in them. So as you can see, these little pits, and here's another little piece. So this is a sign of weakness, and it means that they weren't completely solid. In other words, when it was made, there were some little air pockets and little holes there that can make it not be as strong as you would like. I've broken them before. I didn't really notice this, so this could be unique to this batch. But so now you've got this, and let me try to get a different view so I can zoom in a little bit more. Okay, let me show you from this point of view. Got my flashlight. Yeah, I think you can see. These are little holes, and these were not from the impact. These are like air pockets from when the Joule was made. And you would never know that these are there unless you break a Joule and you see. But these are little air bubbles from when it was manufactured that are inside the Joule. And that's a little bit of a concern because it means that these Joules on a really hard target are going to break. And from my experience, they break very easily on a hard target. Soft targets, they do better. But I've shot through metal, so in those cases, it did pretty well. So you can see this is quite porous. There's a lot of holes and gaps. We competed them against each other, and it was a draw. So that's about all I can say. But I can say that I do have some concern that some of the Joules here, at least this batch that I got, has some air pockets in it. So let me just finish up this video by telling you how much I really like the Joules. I don't want to come across as in any way trying to criticize these with any intention. I just did a destruction and I noticed some air pockets. I'm still using Joules. I really like these. I like the bore matching that I've already done. I like the look, the feel. I like the price. There's a lot of advantages to these Joules. I think if they break on a hard target like that, well, that's to be expected. So, and the other thing that I want to point out is, and I mentioned, and I did put a note on the video, that was a JULv1. Those were ones that I got very early on. I'm sure the batches have changed. The production process may be different. So these are JULv2s, for example, and I know that they're rounder. They're more spherical, they're more consistent weight. So I don't know the details of how these things are made. I think they're injection molded. Maybe that's the method that's used. So don't be too alarmed by that, but I just wanted to point it out. I think, you know, it's an observation, and I thought it would be worthwhile to at least be aware that some of these may be more fragile than others. And again, because of moisture and things like that, keep them desiccated and things like that. But this is completely unrelated to moisture. This was an air bubble or air pocket from production. So either way, enjoy your Joules, enjoy your other projectiles. Everyone has their favorite. And these are the only ones that I really have any experience with that have any weight. And I like heavy weight, and these work for me. And that's what I'm using at this moment. Until next time, take care.